Thank you for the invitation. And I will start with the presentation, and I just need the slides, 8 slides with text and some with photos. I have 10 minutes. I try to be short. I will start with 2 or 3 photos. In the middle of the photo, a situation we found last year with seasonal workers incoming from Georgia in a special contract, a toilet, not unusual. On the right side, you see a normal situation of the living condition of seasonal workers in Germany, because I think I have to speak in English, sorry. You find, the situation of seasonal workers in Germany, often they live in containers, not in housings. In the pandemic, it was forbidden to assemble so much people in a container, but we often found this situation, indecent situation. On the left side, something what we do together with some colleagues who speak the language of the people who are coming to Germany. We are going to the field, so we are doing work on the site. Some data for you, just in a fast way. In 2019, the number of seasonal workers in Germany was approximately about 200,000, 70,000 persons. Yeah, so it's a huge number, and all these people are real seasonal workers. They don't live permanently in Germany. They come with different contracts, situations to work for free for 2 months, and then they go back to their country. We have a certain shift in the people who are coming to Germany. In the early years, most of the workers came from Poland, then from Romania, then from Bulgaria. Now we have more and more people from third states, nations, so from states not union member, or not member of the European Union. Why? Due to the bad labor situation in the agricultural sector for seasonal workers in Germany, and a lot of people in Romania got informed about that by social media. For the German farmers and the agricultors, it's more and more difficult to contract people from Romania, so they go farther and farther and farther. Last year, for the first time, we got people from Georgia. It was a special contract between the German labor agency and the transmitting agency in Georgia. 180 Georgian people were coming. Now the German government is doing a contract with the Ukraine to get workers from Ukraine. They come by 3 ways. Normally, they go via placement agencies. So there are some agencies in the country of origin, and they inform or not inform, but they send people to Germany. In the earlier years, most of the people came via direct contacts. So a lot of Polish colleagues still come to their family they are going to since 10, 15, 20 years due to a good labor situation. And some people, and it's becoming more, are sent to Germany via the National Employment Agency. What is the labor status of the people in Germany? Normally, we can say it's well regulated by the German government and the German labor laws. There are rules concerning short-time employment. What is the remuneration? There's no collective agreement in Germany. It's only the minimum wage they should get. In the last year, it was €9.45. This year, it will be about €9.85. And probably at the end of the year, there's the plan that the minimum wage will rise up to €12. It will be a problem in the agricultural sector. I can later tell you. They should get some information about their labor contracts. 90% of the people we get in touch, they don't have a written labor contract. They should get an exact information about the working hours, how many hours they can work, they should work. But there is no timetable written for them. So there's often a stealing of working hours in the agricultural sector. There are rules concerning board and lodging. There are rules about occupational health and safety. When you read what the laws are saying, it's clear. You think all the things will go well. But in practice, the reality is quite different. Only 4 big issues we are concerned about when we are talking about labor rights violation in Germany. We often get informed that we have a big lack of social and health insurance due to short-time employment. What does this mean? The workers and the seasonal workers, they don't get a normal German labor contract. It's a special labor contract. It's a labor contract with less rights. So German law and the German society supposes those people who are coming to work 2 or 3 months to Germany, they have an occupation in their home country. There they are incorporated in the social system. So they come with the A1 formula that confirms that they are doing a job in Romania and that they are paying there to the social system, that they are in their country, that they have a health insurance in their country. So till 2021, there was no obligation for them, neither for the employer, to get for the people a health insurance. So they only were insured in case of a labor accident. But when they have some other disease, no one covered. What happens? Normally, the employer or the agency who sent the people took the person and say, you have to go back to your country. Second problem, incomplete wage payments and an excessive wage deductions. Third, inadequate accommodation. Just remember the photographs I showed you. And the third theme is violations of infection control measures during the pandemic situation. What are the challenges for us as a consulting office for the Catholic Workers Pastoral? It's a big problem for us that most of the people come uninformed to Germany. They don't know nothing about the rights they have, neither to the labor law, neither to the social issues, to the healthcare issues. They just rely that, oh, Germany is a well-defined country, high-developed country, that things will go well. Or they believe what the replacement agencies are telling them. But it's not often the truth that they're telling them. The second problem is there's a high dependence on the employer. So you just have to imagine, for example, a Georgian worker in the seasonal agricultural sector in Germany. He only can work in Germany when he got a working contract. Then he got the permission to travel as a third country member to Germany. When he fight against some injustice in his work, and the employer says, I don't want you anymore, please go. He has no work, and so he's losing his residence, his permanent residence possibility. So he has to go back. There's only the case when an agency says there was modern slavery, then he can stay in Germany to sue his case. If not, without a working contract, or when the working contract finishes, he has to go back. Yeah? Another problem. Then the third problem, you know, it's often mentioned now, the economic pressure. A lot of people that are coming to Germany, they come from very poor situations in their home countries. There's an economic pressure to look for work, to earn money. The fourth problem is the lack of organization. There's no organization of the workers, neither in the country of origin. I was in a conference a few weeks ago, and a colleague of an Eastern Europe trade union told us, I will not say the name of the trade union, but these are Sinti Roma who are coming now to Germany. Or yesterday, someone translated gypsy people. They don't want to get informed. There's no concern about their rights as in their country of origin. And the problem as well is that it's very difficult to organize them in Germany. Two other problems, there's a lack of public awareness. In Germany, the people say, well, we know that the situation probably is not so good. but they still earn more than in their home countries. So why they complete themselves? We have to deal with the society. A fourth theme, what is a big problem in Germany, we have a lack of control. We don't have a labor agency. Like in Spain, like in Portugal, it's a divided agency. They don't speak between the different agencies. And we have a problem in enforcement of the law. What we do, how we act, and I will come slowly to the end. We do outreach work in the field. We contact the workers. We want to get in touch with them. We want to hear what is the situation. We want to see how they live. And if it's possible, we also visit the shelters for the law enforcement agencies. They don't have the possibility to enter the shelter or where they live due to the special situation of the privacy. But when they invite us, we can do it. We distribute information on labor law in the language of the countries of origin. Later on, I have a photo. And now, as some people are not able to read anymore, we have a lot of informal alphabetics coming from Bulgarian, especially. Yeah. So we implemented a QR codes so that can just open via a QR code a video that explains a little bit the minimum rights they have. So we are always supported by counselors who speak the language of the countries of origin, because we don't speak Polish, Bulgarian, Moldovan. We sometimes try to get in contact with the farmers and employers. This is one of the handouts we offer. And very important, I know that I have to come to the end, but I will come to the end soon. This was very important. In 2020, we started together with the German Trade Union and other organizations, a hotline. It's free call. You don't have to pay nothing when you call it in Germany. And you get in touch with a counselor that speaks your maternal language. Romanian, Bosnian, Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, etc. So they can just call and get some information. We as well informed the workers, the seasonal workers, that there's a special offer by the German Trade Union for the agricultural sector, because they don't have the possibility to go onto the field. In my state, it's Baden-Württemberg, there live 10 million people. My state is as big as Portugal. They only have one secretary in the trade union for the agricultural sector, for the green sector, only one. But they offered a model, let's say, they cannot affiliate the migrants. But when the migrants pay a minimum fee, you can see it's about 146 euro. This is in Ukraine language, I think. So that they get affiliated for 1 year, and they have the possibility to get informed about labor questions in the first day beginning of the contract. Yeah. We are networking with the relevant trade unions, counseling centers, workers' organizations. So we try to do a multi-stakeholder approach. We cannot deal the theme only by a trade union, only by a labor force agency, or by Catholic Workers Pastoral. We support, when it's possible, seasonal workers in asserting their claims. But in Germany, the problem is labor law is individual law. You as a person have to sue your case. We don't have the possibility as an organization to do it in representatives of the people. We create public, we invite politicians. So last year, for example, some politicians came with us to the field so that they can see how is the situation. We scandalize. Why? Because we need storytelling for the public society, that they will be aware of the situation. There's a nice German, I have just to look for the translation. There is a nice Argentine writer who once wrote, for children, you tell them stories that they fall asleep. For adults, you tell them stories that they wake up. You understand? Para niños les cuentas historias para que duermen, para adultos hay que contarles historias para que despiertan, ¿no? So we do lobbying, by sure. The demands are not that important for the moment. We have some key questions. With them I will finish. How does the available information on seasonal work conditions come to the workers? How to get them more informed? That's the big issue in Germany. Is it possible that they get informed yet in their country of origin? At the moment, I don't see a lot of possibilities and not a lot of activity in this area. We have to enforce the legal framework, and we have to improve the legal framework. And I will finish with Oscar Wilde. I think you know him. He once wrote, "We know the price of everything, but we do not know the value of nothing." I hope you understand the English translation. That means in a capitalistic system, where the key question is how to get work cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, in the supply chain of work, where at the end is the seasonal uninformed worker, he will always suffer. So we have to talk as well, not only about wages, about living conditions. We have as well to talk about the value of work, secure work that grants benefits for the people so that they can leave their unsecure situation. When we don't have a perception of what work means really, it's a fight, it's a Sisyphus work. Thank you very much for your attention.
Obrigado, Wolfgang.